Brandy J, welcome to this, my first episode, so I'm a little nervous, but let's get straight into it. So have you ever been in a situation where you really liked a person and you all started dating, and after you guys start dating, you find out that, okay, this is cool, I really like this person, all right? We vibing, and you do this and this vibe turns into 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, even 5 years, right? And then all of a sudden you all get to a standstill. The entire relationship just stops. And you got the signs before, it stopped, but you just really didn't know how to maneuver your way or how to make it last. So you just stuck with it, even though it may have been toxic to you. So when it comes to an end, your next step is, how do I get past the pain? How do I get past all the hurt because of all the time that I spent? How do I get the closure? How do I even get the apology? That's where we're going to talk about the closure and the apology of the relationship that really never had an end. All right? So when you're in situations like that and you're dating and you're loving, and especially for a woman, it's really hard to just say, I'm done with it, I'm through with it. Because as a woman, we are natural nourishers. We love different, those of us that are normal and, have feelings. Some women don't have those type of feelings, right? They are rare, but there are some that don't, they don't feel like, normal women, right? So, but for those of us who actually feel, how do we get past the pain? How do we get past not having closure or not even knowing what to do because they never heard your side, right? And so I think there are certain stages that we all go through in relationships. And the first one is awareness. It's actually over. And for those of us who didn't end the relationship, it could be very painful, not having the guts to pull the plug and letting someone else do it. And then after they pull the plug, you realize that, they had someone all along. And that's the hurting part. And then you start seeing them, all around the city, posting pictures, and they're happy. And you're like, what the hell? I can't believe this shit is happening, right? Excuse my French. So how do you get past that? How do you forgive yourself for feeling like the fool? You know that song, Everybody Plays the Fool Sometimes? How do you get past feeling like that? How do you get past not forgiving yourself? How do you get past wanting closure? What I found out is that closure is really not needed by the other person. You don't need closure from them. What you need is acceptance that it's over. And that's going to be one of the most painful things to go through, knowing that you love someone with all of your heart, your soul, your mind. And when you love someone with your mind, that's very powerful. To love someone with your mind, it goes beyond a sexual feeling. It goes beyond any other feeling. When I love you with my mind, that means that after we are, not together, you're still in my mind. And a lot of men don't understand that. While we do have some men that love like that, but a lot of men who've never been taught how to love, they will never understand the depths of a woman who loves with a mind. They will never understand the depths of a woman who falls in love with them when they truly never knew how to love. But let's get back to the closure. How do we get past not getting closure, not getting a proper goodbye, not even an apology? And even if you did have an apology, let me just say this, ladies, it won't change the way you feel. Even if he says, I'm sorry 100 times, and y'all meet up, and y'all in the parking lot or whatever, if y'all on the phone, FaceTime, it still will not take away the pain of the upcoming weeks, months, and some of us years, the pain that we feel, especially when you see them move on to another woman. So my advice to you is don't expect the apology. Don't even expect the closure. Because closure will come when you accept the fact that the relationship is no longer. Closure comes when you accept the fact that everything you needed was already inside of you and already around you. You never needed someone to complete you. You know, a lot of us get mixed up with the notion as he completes me or she completes me. That's the most false statement I'll ever hear. Or this is my soulmate. This is the person that I know that God told me. No. Because if God told you that was the person, then it would work at that time. And who's to say it won't work? But there's so many other people out in this world. But I want you to take your time, but just understand that closure is you understanding your worth. Closure is you understanding that you, in order to be successful moving forward, you're going to have a different self-perception of yourself. A lot of us have, downed ourselves and questioned, our validation or validity or what do we even belong here on this earth. I promise you, it gets better. You're going to go through those nights. You're going to go through nights. You're going to go through those days where those feelings of regret, those triggers come, and you're not going to know what to do. And especially if you're with a man that's cold, a man that doesn't know how to express his emotions, and a man that uses other women as supply to get over other women, you're going to go through because you're going to feel like you didn't mean anything. But if I could comfort you, let me tell you, you did mean something. They just expressed their feelings different. So when we come back, we're going to discuss the triggers and how to get past the triggers. But in this episode, I just want you guys to understand that you're not alone. You're going to have those days where you want to call, those days where, and if you do call, they're not going to answer. What do you do? The only thing that's going to satisfy you, it's not going to be alcohol, is that you're going to have to get into a strong, relationship with God. You're going to have to listen to some prayers. You're going to go to YouTube. You're going to listen to meditation. You're going to have to reaffirm yourself going through a deliverance. Because listen, it's not going to be easy. Nobody's going to understand your pain and how it feels to feel betrayed. No one's going to understand, the depthness of your love, but you. And don't try to explain it. Just day by day. Take it day by day because you're soul tired. And it's going to take a deliverance the right way. It's going to take an acceptance, a deliverance, and a new perspective of who you are. Even if they with the woman, she's not you. And if I know better, if I'll bet my last paycheck in this woman, he's really searching for you. But she's doing all the things in the beginning to keep him. Same thing you did. But sooner or later, if he's broken, they won't last either. Stay tuned. Like, follow, subscribe. Episode 2, we're going to talk about triggers and how to get past them. Brandy J Unscripted. Thanks for listening.